This is Ben, Liam and Belle on Nova.
Well, g'day there, podcaster.
And welcome to the Wombat stuck his tongue out, which is one of the great lines.
And one that we, not debated over, but we didn't know if that's exactly what was said.
I heard it as that, but I think
Yeah.
you guys heard it as another thing. I can also see why you thought that. We won't go into it too much, but it was actually from something that you hear first up in the podcast, all about injuries down there.
Get ready to wince. Geelong player Ollie Henry has sustained quite the injury after a collision with a Richmond player. He has ruptured one of his family jewels. Popped like a grape,
God, yeah.
like a squished grape. Well, I don't know if that's how it went down, but that's how I imagine it.
It's very visceral.
Well, you don't have to imagine it like that. It could have just become detached.
No, that's a rupture's a rupture.
A rupture, he's ruptured.
A rupture's a...
Popped.
Okay, yeah.
If it said detached, it would have said detached, but it's a...
You know when I don't get it very often, but you know, rarely you get bubble tea. And you get
Oh,
those little-
okay. No, I think we've had enough of that. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Should we do this? 13, 24, 10 injuries on your downstairs.
With the sound effects necessary?
If we couldn't get more commercial radio, we just did.
Well, no, because the sound effects, I believe Liam's done them ironically.
Yes. I remember there was a kid at my school called Shane, and they were playing, they were actually playing iToy. Remember iToy? And it was
Loved
like for
iToy.
PlayStation 2, and it would be like it was like a crappy webcam, and there was like games on it where you'd like wash the window and you had to wash all the suds off. But
Yep.
it was like you were playing with your hands, and there was like a karate chopping one, I'm pretty sure. And Shane and another guy, Ryan, at my school, they were doing the karate chopping game, and I'm pretty sure Ryan karate chopped in the wrong spot on young Shane, and ended up with an injury in the downstairs, 5 stitches, and apparently it was just
How hard
bleeding,
is
and
karate chop?
his mum had to come in, and it was like, oh God, it's bleeding, and like he karate chopped his sort of dong in half. So it's very much like a Bruce Lee sort of level of power.
I would love to get calls from males and females for this, because it can happen to both. 13 24 10 is our number. We're talking injuries on your downstairs.
Mark in Craigieburn joins us now. I'm so sorry. Was this you, Mark?
Yes, it is.
All right, go
ouch.
for it. Injury on your downstairs.
Yeah, when I was younger, I was riding my push bike and I got collected by a semi-trailer.
Oh,
whoa.
Jeez.
Oh.
So I shattered my pelvis in 16 places, and the boys downstairs were the size of grapefruit.
Oh!
Each one was the size of a grapefruit, or just collectively it got to the size of a grapefruit?
No, each one.
Mark! I
And
mean,
ironically, now I'm driving semis for a living.
yes,
Oh, well
yes.
done.
Well,
Drive safe, please, Mark.
Do they still work, Mark?
They do, yes.
Okay, good.
it's lucky.
Wow.
Must have been some good doctors there. My goodness. But you're kind of lucky that you got hit by, if a kid on a bike getting hit by a semi-trailer, you're sort of lucky you're here to tell the tale. Like, just
True.
with your grapefruit-sized balls.
So visceral, isn't it?
Melanie in Melton, good morning. Injury on your downstairs.
Yeah, I was giving myself a haircut for a romantic evening with the husband, and had the scissors, and mid-snip, the wombat decided to stick his tongue out.
Sorry,
Yeah,
Mel, the way you
needless
said
to
that.
say, romantic evening didn't happen.
Oh, my God.
Whoa. How long did that take to heal?
It heals pretty quick down there, only a couple of days.
Okay.
Yeah, righto. That's
there,
also the name of the podcast today.
Is there a, are you missing a bit, or is it fine?
It's fine, just the
Cool.
tip sort of
Yeah.
thing. It wasn't a big one, but it was enough to, damper the evening
Yeah.
anyway.
Well, thanks for sharing.
Some
Mel.
people pay a lot of money for that, so...
They do. They
Yeah.
do. That's a trend at the moment.
Michael in Pascoe Vale. Yeah, you're cracking up at that last call too. Tell us, you had a bit of an injury on your downstairs.
I did, mate, yeah. When I was in school, don't ask me why, me and my mates were standing on wasps. That's how the things you do.
Yeah.
So we stood on wasps, and one flew up the side of my short, and it stung me on my leg. And then obviously I was running home screaming.
Yeah.
Just as I got to the front door,
Yeah.
it stung me right on the tip of me.
Oh!
What a dirty
And then obviously
boss.
ran into the house, pants down, ding-a-ling, and whacking everywhere. And Mum was like, what's
Lucky you.
happened? I said, what's happened? I said, I've been stung. And as she's looked, it's swelled up like a balloon.
Yeah.
Rang the doctors. The doctor said, is the only way you can get it out? And she went, well, I'm not getting it out myself. So left it in. And yeah, I couldn't pee for a couple of days. And
Oh! Did you have to get a catheter in there or something, or what did you do?
No, it just got left. So it swelled up like the balloon.
Yeah.
And then I could pee, but it was like really painful. So it just left.
Oh my God. I'm glad you're finding the funny side of it all these years on.
If it's time for a winter trip, jump on What If, the place to go for quick Aussie getaways.
Probably somewhere in the snow for me. I'm a big snow guy.
For accommodation, flights, and more, book on the What If app.
What If it's Aussie for travel?
It's 6:10. Hallelujah, it's 6:10.
Morning, Tia. Is this your first time playing the 610 quiz?
It is, yeah.
Well, better time than any to impress all your friends and family who I'm sure are gathered around their radio like it's ye olde war times.
Yeah.
To
Totally.
listen and to cheer you on.
Tia, it says that you're like 18. What are you doing up so early?
I'm going to work.
Oh, good on you. What do you do for work?
Yeah. I work at a hotel in the city.
Cool. That's fun.
All right, well, let's kick into it. Yesterday, a magnitude 2.3 earthquake struck around Ferntree Gully and the Dandenong Ranges. Spell sassafras.
What was that?
Sassafras. It is a tricky one. It's a suburb, sassafras.
S-A...
Mm-hmm.
S...
Mm-hmm.
S...
Yeah.
A-F-R-A-S?
Yes! She's done it! You fumbled your way through sassafras. You've managed to do it. Okay, Tia, well done. Goats are out around Melbourne being used as vegetation management. What noise does a goat make?
I know this.
Sorry, Tia.
Too much buffer time, Tia.
Sorry.
We're going to have to love and leave you. Pauline in Cheltenham, can you please make the sound of a goat? Oh, it was a bit sheepy.
It's not.
It was a bit
not
sheepy for
too
me.
bad.
I'm sorry, we're going to have to move.
Really?
Yes. No, it wasn't goat enough. Jacob joins us now. Can you make the sound of a goat for us? It was pretty sheepy, wasn't
I
it?
think that's all you're gonna
That's
get.
what it's like.
That's all you're
I
gonna
think it
get.
needs to be more. Jacob, just
You want
a
the
word to the
scream
wise.
goat.
Give me a bit more of a scream. Yeah, that's more like it.
But you realise that that's like there are goats that scream, but not all goats scream.
Yeah.
I think
That's
most
like
goats like.
No.
No.
Don't they have their tongue out? They're like,
No, they mostly go, ah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I
Nah.
didn't grow up around a farm.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't either. I just know what a goat sounds like because I wasn't born yesterday.
That's a goat.
Shall we bring Pauline back?
Pauline's gone.
Yeah, you killed
She's
her.
been burnt. Okay. All right, well, Jacob, since you're here, let's get into it. Question 3. A 2-hour flight between Sydney and London via space could be on the cards. Can you name one of the airports in London?
London Airport?
No, it's no. Nice try though. Susan in Geelong, the big airport in London. Do you know the one?
I say that.
Okay.
I don't know what you just said.
What's happened here? What's happened here? Can I explain? Is Liam has burnt all of our callers
Yeah.
with the goat bit, and now we've only
Hey.
got one caller left.
13 24 10. There's free phone lines. If you want to call up, you'll get in the draw for Nova's 10K a day in May. Ben in Geelong, do you know the airport in London?
Heathrow?
He's done it. Donald Trump Jr. is coming to Australia to do a speaking tour. What household item did Donald Trump once suggest drinking to kill coronavirus?
Washing detergent, was it?
Bleach. Close enough.
Yeah.
Bleach,
Hang on. Now we like the answer.
Yeah.
Well, I tried.
You can't flip flop.
win. can I? Because, you're too tough on them. Or you're not tough enough on them. I don't know. Thank God we got Pauline back. Pauline's back. Pauline's called back. She's back! Pauline, what an excellent comeback from you. You've Arnold Schwarzenegger us. The Terminator, Pauline. I'll be back. All right. Okay, well, here you go. Do you know what household item Donald Trump suggests we all drink to get rid of coronavirus?
Oh, dear.
The big comeback to her. It's like John Farnham's back again and he's forgotten all of his songs, you know what I mean?
Pauline, just say bleach, please.
Bleach.
Very well done. Okay, last one. This would be a win of the ages. Blink-182's Travis Barker's son revealed on TikTok that his dad has a foot fetish. Can you finish these Blink lyrics?
We gotta say pass.
Okay, well, look, I think my radio sensibilities were right to burn Pauline earlier in the quiz. I think we're all seeing that now. Sarah in Frankston, can you please finish these lyrics?
A voice inside my head.
It's technically the voice, but, there's been, I'm not going to be a semantics guy for the rest of the week because I'm sure Ben and Belle will get angry at me.
Sarah, well done. That was a painful one, but we did get there this morning. You get to choose the next song we play. Now, do you want to hear Savage Garden?
Yeah, just Savage Garden. I don't need the other one.
Whoa.
All right.
I got Darren Hayes. Yep.
Oh, you do? All right. Well, Sarah, this is for you. Affirmation.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
No worries.
Here's the name of the tune. She
was
whiz.
in a rush.
She was. She's already hung up.
She's just had a hair. See, I mind her. She wants to listen to the song. I get it. Like, she won, and now she wants to enjoy.
All right. Well, you can enjoy too, Melbourne.
I believe the sun should never set upon an argument. I believe we place our happiness in other people's hands.
Yesterday, I just had a little servo sandwich for breakfast, and while I was there, I thought, there was a deal going for blocks of chocolate, and I thought I'd have myself a little Cadbury treat.
Wouldn't it be nice if the world
So I'm walking back from the kitchen with my sandwich there, got my top deck, just on the plate, awesome, breakfast of champions, and then I cop a point and just flames from Belle Jackson's mouth. Just judgment, judgment, judgment. I actually didn't realise who it was at the start because it was just there was these giant horse legs, and then I realised it was Belle on her high horse, and she was like, "Oh my God, 8 squares? How can you even have 8 squares? I'd vomit if I had 8 squares. Oh my God, I only have 2 squares when I have chocolate." No, you don't, Belle.
8 squares. You had half a block.
It was 8
of top deck, which is like milk and white chocolate, which is hectic.
It was
in
2
itself.
lines of 4. Do the math. It's 8.
Yeah.
And that is light
Too
work.
much.
Light work.
Too much.
Are you
It's
for real, Belle?
disgusting. And you were having it because we have lunch at weird hours. We have lunch like 9:30 in the morning. But you just on your plate, you had all these blocks of top deck that you were just
I'll tell you
down.
one thing for free. Sarah was away yesterday, so last night I inhaled the rest of that block last night.
That's so bad.
For me, if I can weigh in here,
Yeah.
super normal to eat half a block of chocolate in one sitting.
Thank you.
That's totally normal.
Not in the maybe on a Friday night if you're home
Yeah.
with a glass of
Well,
wine,
look,
you're like, okay, it's a treat. This is just an average 9:30 a.m. lunch for Liam.
It's totally fine. The thing that annoys me is that you are sitting there saying that you're having 2 blocks.
2 squares,
Yeah.
yes.
No one
Two
has that.
cubes.
No one has that self-control.
No one is restricting themselves to that. If you're trying to tell us that you are reading the back of the packet and going, "Oh, servings, okay, this is 19 servings in a block." Well,
It's
that's what
just
you're
too
trying
much.
to say.
It's too much sugar.
Well, yeah, it is, but that's kind of the fun of it,
Yeah.
right? Like you're doing the wrong thing.
So when you get a packet of chips and the serving size says this is 9 servings.
You're kidding yourself, aren't you?
The suggested serving size is a handful of chips. No one's ever had a handful of chips from a packet of chips. You have the whole bag.
You just, as a treat, maybe, yes, but you shouldn't be not at 10 a.m. in the morning.
Did you have a Snickers for breakfast last week?
It was a fun size one that we all shared a little bite.
Okay. You have a very selective memory.
I-
It was a full-size Snickers that you had yourself.
I think, Belle, you're putting on this facade at work that you only ever eat 2 squares of chocolate.
And then
from-
you wash it down
Yeah.
with some lettuce and stuff.
Yeah.
But in the safety of your own home,
Yep.
you're inhaling blocks like the rest of us.
Yep.
I don't think there's anyone who has 2 squares. No?
No.
Well, I think we get to the bottom of the sauce. We call Cadbury and we... no, this will be easier. We call your boyfriend Luke next and we ask, just like... Even last night, what you had for dessert?
Why?
Yeah.
Why is
Well, I'd like.
why is
no,
a witch hunt on how many blocks I
Because,
have?
you witch hunted Liam.
I didn't.
I was witch hunted in front of everyone.
Chocolate shamed him.
You
for a
did.
bit.
You chocolate shamed Liam, so we're going to chocolate shame you next. Morgan Wallen, last night. It is a Wednesday morning. You are with Ben, Liam, and Belle. Good morning, Melbourne.
Yeah, pretty sick of it, Belle. Sometimes you get on your high horse, and that's fair, but sometimes you need to be taken down a peg, I think. I was having some chocolate for breakfast, wrong time of the day. But what annoyed me about it is that you claim you only ever have 2 squares of chocolate to serve. No one does that.
Well, you're having Top Deck, and Top Deck is so incredibly sweet.
Doesn't matter
it's white chocolate as well.
What chocolate is, though.
You inhaled so many pieces.
It was 8. That's not even that much.
6
That
too
was
many.
my breakfast serving, not my actual serving.
Gross.
Imagine what I'm putting away if no one's looking. It's not 8.
Yeah, I don't want to know.
Well, look,
So
we
bad.
thought this morning, why don't we find out what you're like in the comfort of your own home?
Yeah, your boyfriend Luke, we've got his number. We've punched it in. Let's give him a call. Call you out.
Hello.
Luke, how you doing? It's Liam, Belle's work friend.
Hey, how you going?
Yeah, good. Ben's here as well.
Hey, Luke.
And Belle.
Hi.
Hi, babe.
You're on Nova 100 at the moment. Look, just a quick question, Luke. Sorry to call you so early. Be honest with me. If you guys have, you've had dinner in the comfort of your own home, and you're having a bit of dessert, and you just say it's a packet of chocolate, how much chocolate? I know it's a strange question, but how much chocolate would you say Belle's eating?
Well, last night, for example, she came over with 2 pieces of chocolate. She looked at me and said, do you want the big one or the little one?
Yeah, I did.
We all know as males what the right answer is there.
Yep.
Yeah.
She would comfortably sit down and sit through a half a tub of connoisseur cookies and cream ice cream at least once a week.
Hang on. Hold the phone. She's just been giving me grief for the last 24 hours about eating 8 squares of chocolate because she's like, oh my God, I only ever have 2 squares. It's too sweet otherwise. And you're telling me she's having 500 ml of connoisseur ice cream at least once a week.
Absolutely, and this is after she says we don't need to buy it.
Yeah,
but
okay.
I say I'm not going to buy it, and then Luke might go to the shops and buy it, and then it just happens to be in the house.
That's rich. Like that ice cream you're eating half a litre of.
So what?
I didn't want.
I did say to you last night, we had a piece of chocolate each, and I broke it, and I went, do you want the small or big? And Luke was like, well, I'll take the small. And I was like, okay.
What?
But I
How big are
only
we
had
talking?
one. It was a Toblerone piece, so pretty
Right,
chunky.
okay. So that's, the big piece was 4 peaks of the Toblerone.
The truth comes out, hey?
Those
Thanks.
6 pieces of Top Deck are probably the same piece as the size of the one Toblerone you have.
Yeah, am I right? Yeah.
Okay, bye, Luke. Love
Thanks,
you.
Luke. Yeah. The boys ganging up.
We were just speaking to Luke, who is Belle's boyfriend, and we called him out of the blue. I think we might have caught him off guard because I think he may have used your pet name, Belle, without realising. I've got the audio here. Have a listen.
Ben's here as well.
Hey, Luke.
And Belle.
Hi.
Hi, babe.
Is his pet name for you Bean?
It sounds like it, doesn't it?
He calls you
Nah,
Bean?
it's not. Nah.
Bean. Why does he call you Bean?
No, it's we don't. We have many pet names for each other, but that's not.
But that,
one.
I mean, that sounds...
I think he just stumbled.
I mean,
maybe.
I've really isolated it here. To me, that sounds like he's calling you Bean.
Hi, babe.
Hi, Bean. What else could that be?
It's not.
What?
It's not.
But what?
I think it is.
I'm like, it's okay if he calls you Bean. It's not...
Yeah.
I mean, there's weird... I mean, for example, Ben calls his wife my little burrito.
No, well,
Yeah,
no,
it's
not
cute.
anymore. I know, that was like 5 years ago.
What, you just
Wow.
dropped off
she
the
was
pet name?
She was saved in your phone as little burrito.
Little
why,
burrito,
why was
yeah.
that again?
Well, because, so obviously we leave for work very early and she'd still be in bed. And I used to, like, when I'd leave, because the blanket would be everywhere, I used to tuck her in real tight, like a little burrito.
Very cute.
Yeah, but then I stopped using that.
Well, what's your pet name for now?
Yeah, no, because it is lame. It's super lame.
I'm glad it took you,
No,
5 years, but you realised.
I now, it's not even that embarrassing, I'd say bub.
Yeah, we bub it as well.
Bub.
Yeah.
Bub it up.
Bub or
Why
boo.
does that? Why does everyone call their pet
I'm not a big bub
Like,
guy.
what?
I don't really like bub. I feel like you call a baby a bub or a bubba.
Well, I guess
Yeah.
that's what it is. I guess like you can
Yeah.
bub. Well, what do you use, Liam?
I use babe.
Ew.
That's so like 22-year-old
Yuck.
dude.
Yeah.
Sup, Dad?
You do
Baby.
not.
I use Babe. Yeah.
Babe's pretty
We
gross.
both use Babe.
I hate Babe.
I like
Yeah.
that more than Bub.
Bob's cute. Bob's like a
Bub's-
little cherub.
Ash
Like
Gardner in the newsroom. Split the diff. What do you think?
Confession, Babe occurs in our household as well.
Ah.
Yeah. You Babe people. I think I reckon most of society would be.
Look, they're the generic ones, except for Bean. Bean's funny. I'd love to do embarrassing pet names this morning. Maybe you want to dob in your partner, you want to dob in yourself. 13, 24, 10, embarrassing pet names for your partner.
Maybe you even caught like a colleague or a friend using a pet name on the phone and you went like, gross, as if, and you sort of pay them out for it. 13, 24, 10 is our number.
James in Geelong, what's yours?
We actually started off with Boo, but then it went on to Bookie Spoons, and then it's Spooky Moon, and we actually have, in June, we have June Boo, and at Christmas we have Jingle Boo. That's cute.
Gee whiz.
It's timely.
That
I
is,
love it.
and good on you for admitting that, James, because I'm sure your mates would absolutely tear you to shreds if they knew all that. Rach, what about you? You've got some pet names for your partner?
Yeah, we're just Babe, but my mum actually calls my dad Pimmel, which is another word for penis.
It is. Yeah.
In
normal
Dutch.
in our household. And is it in Dutch? I don't know.
Well, yeah, so in Dutch it's pummel.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
so she's called him that ever since we were little, and so we didn't really think anything of it. And then when we got older, we were like, "Are you actually calling Dad penis?" It's really weird.
That's super gross. That's a little bit of an insight into Rachel's parents' relationship there. Marianne in Geelong, tell us.
Good morning, guys. We call each other Yoosh.
Why?
My husband's Jamaican, and in Jamaica, you call your yardie or your mate or your best friend Yoosh.
That's a fun one.
That's just a sweet cultural one.
But do you
We're
have to
all
say it
laughing
in
and
that way?
learning.
Like, oh, I love you so much. Yoosh.
Tanya joins us. Good morning. Embarrassing pet names. What's yours for your partner?
No, my partner calls me Alley Cat. He says I strayed in and never left.
Alley cat. Oh, little alley cat.
Sarah, tell us. Embarrassing pet name. What is it?
Hey, so it's actually Chubby.
Oh, how lovely. Yeah, okay. Are you happy with that?
Yeah, we once on the social media and we seen a quote that said, "If he ain't chubby, he ain't hubby." So like, I should call you Chubby.
Yeah.
So it's your pet name for him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, I thought he was calling you Chubbs, and I was like, yeah, that's a problem. Zara in Brunswick. What's your pet name?
Moo-moos.
Little moo-moo. A moo-moo is what a chub wears.
No, like a cow, kind of like moo, cow say moo.
Where did that come from, Zara?
Yeah.
So my boyfriend's name is Archie, and he has an older brother. And just from when they were really little, I don't know, I think because they like drinking milk, their parents started calling them like moos or like moo-moos.
Mm-hmm.
And so that kind of stuck as like their nickname all through high school. So like their year 12 jumpers had like Moos 1 and Moos 2 on the back.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
And
So
when
you're calling your partner by his high school nickname?
That his mum calls
Well,
him.
yeah, kind of what his mum calls him. And so, like, it started with, like, moos and moo-moos. But what's also funny, I didn't realise, but his older brother also goes by Moos. So, like, I was at a party the other weekend, and obviously, like, I kind of just slipped, and I was like, "Hey, Moos, can you come help me?" And his brother turned around as well. And so I was a bit like, oh, shit,
Yeah, 2 moves for the price of 1. I love how they're, like, obviously not ashamed of it, though. If it's in their year 12 jumper. Like, they're walking around pubs going, "G'day, mate, Moo, the name's Moo." Why's that? Just love full cream, mate. Yeah, can't get enough of the stuff.
Georgia in Badger Creek. Good morning. What is your embarrassing pet name?
Morning, guys. I call my partner Snoogie.
Snoogie.
Is that just a made-up word out of nowhere?
Yeah, it sort of started out as Snoogs, and then it went to the SH, so Schnoog, and now it's just Snoogie.
Yeah.
Obviously, you're only using that when you're happy with each other, aren't you? You're not getting angry being like, "Snoogie, why have you done that?"
Anna in Mornington. Embarrassing pet name. Go for it.
Okay, so I have 2 that my partner calls me. One is Onion. And, yeah, I know, bizarre. I don't know how he gets that one.
Is it because you make him cry?
Oh, God, I don't know. That could be a possibility.
Yeah, it's not because ogres have layers, is it, Anna?
And the other one is Buckbit.
Buckbit.
Which is, which is hilarious. And I don't know how he gets them. I don't even think he knows how he gets them.
Buck bit.
Anna, I think you should ask your partner where these come
Yeah,
from.
I'm,
Like, you
I'm
don't know the
intrigued.
reasons.
Maybe we can get him on tomorrow.
You say, so just to clarify, you say buck bit?
That would be hilarious. Yes,
Yeah.
buck bit. Yeah,
So,
bizarre.
not buck beak.
No, buck bit.
buckwheat.
B-I-T.
Buck bit. Yeah,
Strange one.
And I haven't got buck teeth, so I don't know.
No, yeah, because I think we're all thinking the Harry Potter, or the hippogriff.
Yeah,
and it's like Hagrid's
No one's thinking
Buckbeak.
that.
Yeah.
No one's
They're going to
thinking
kill
that.
Buckbeak.
Not Buckbeak.
You remember in Prisoner
No,
of
I
Azkaban,
don't-
Belle,
haven't
with
seen
the
it.
pumpkins, and they have to execute Buckbeak.
You would have actually found it quite sad because he's an animal and he attacks someone.
Yeah.
And then they have to put the animal down.
And it's not someone, it's Draco Malfoy.
Yeah.
And the horrible
Wait, so
thing
Draco
is...
dies?
No, Buckbeak just scratches his arm. But you wait until his father hears about this. And the really horrible thing is that Hermione has to see it many times because she, of course, has the time turner, so she can get to all her classes on the right time. But she obviously has to live through that moment a lot. Then Harry gets lost in the forest.
How did we end up here?
How's this? This is one of those wild stories when you read it, you're like, that can't be real. But it is. Goats are being used by councils around Melbourne to clean up overgrown verges and reserves. And Chief Victorian Goat Wrangler, Colin from Graysaway, joins us now. G'day, Colin. How are you?
Good morning.
Oh, mate, I mean, we were just saying, like, we're worried about artificial intelligence taking our jobs, but now we've got to worry about goats too?
Yeah, you should worry. They're being used all over the place. So.
Yeah.
Dear.
So was this like your idea, or did you like get hired by somebody to do this job, or have you been doing it for a while? Tell us about it.
Oh, yeah. No, I was approached by the council to pop the goats in a particular location at the city of Burundara. But this is a job that I've been doing for nearly 20 years now.
How many goats you got in the goat harem?
There's about 200 now.
Whoa, that's a lot of goats.
So, and out of your 200, do you have like a goat, like the greatest of all time goat? Like, is there one out of the 200 that like just eats in all the right areas and just a bit faster and quicker than everyone else?
Look, some are more affectionate than others, and some are favourites, and there are people that come up to me and say, "I love that goat. That's so cute, that goat," and my kids love that goat. But look, I try and treat them all equal.
Yeah, they're all your kids.
Yes. Colin, I saw your goats in Hawthorn on the weekend, and the fences were like pretty, like, you know, it looked like they were in there pretty securely. But has a goat ever gotten out? Because if the ones where I saw them, they would have run straight onto the road.
Look, they can. I usually say to people that all of my goats can probably jump out of those fences if they really wanted to. But look, we don't just use any goat. We train the goats. Generally speaking, look, every now and then a goat gets out and sort of squeezes out of a hole in the fence or under the fence. That does happen occasionally, but it isn't very often. And usually they just sort of walk up and down and eat the grass on the outside of the fence. But usually in a situation like you're in, where you may have seen them, generally, if people are walking past with their dogs, the goat sort of goes, well, you're out there, we're in here, so we'll stay here.
Yeah, I see. So even that's like fascinating, like the idea of training a goat. You know how, like, you know, with guide dogs and stuff, how they, you know, the Labradors go to like a family for a bit. Is it sort of one of those systems where, you know, like a young family might have a goat for a couple of years and teach it the right ways, or is it just you're sort of doing it in mass?
Oh, well, I breed my own goats, and so when the kids are born, we usually work with them pretty hard to get them used to people and get them used to hopping on and off the trailer. And if people are watching me load them on and off the trailer, putting them into areas, it's much better if people see me do it and the goat wants to do it.
Yeah, of course.
And so if the goat's, you know, struggling or fighting against me, it doesn't look good. So we train them to know what to do, know what to expect. And I usually say to people, they know the gig. The goats know the gig.
Yeah.
In Hawthorn on the weekend, it was like a free petting zoo in like there. It was like
people
everyone
patting them.
Well, a lot of families and kids were kind of hanging around, like looking, going, "Oh, there's goats," and everyone was kind of hanging around the fence.
Yeah.
Look, has anyone ever stolen a goat, Colin?
No one has ever stolen a goat. Look, I say that. I think years ago, somebody grabbed a goat, put it in a friend's place, took some photos, but they brought it back. And the only reason we knew that had happened was because somebody saw the post on social media.
Right. Yeah, I see.
But you wouldn't want to try and grab the goats because they've got horns, and generally speaking, They don't mind me grabbing them, but they're not keen on other people doing it.
I mean, it's just nice as well because obviously, they're animals with a job, but it's a fun job for them. They just get to eat all day. Like, I would love to do that, but I mean, obviously for us, we got to combat other radio stations, media, Spotify, that sort of stuff. I like the idea of council workers with their lawnmowers in the back listening this morning, just shaking in their boots, going, "Christ, these goats are going to take our jobs," because it sounds like it does seem like the way of the future.
Yeah.
Colin, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Could you settle a debate for us just before you go? I mean, obviously you work with a lot of them, so you would know. What sound does a goat make?
Well, they can scream if they want to.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I think Liam thinks they exclusively scream, but they also bar like a sheep, don't they?
Well, they bleat, probably, is the best way to put it.
I feel like I need to hear a bleak this morning, Colin. I think you need to. Can you do one for us?
I can't because I do all sorts of impressions, but not goat impressions.
Oh.
But kill goats. So that's not a lead into anything.
I was going to say, Colin, if you're about to give us Borat, I'm here for it. Like, do you do Michael Caine or something like that? Or I didn't realise we had a goat wrangling impressionist this morning.
I'll leave my James Cagney to another interview. But
well, Colin, it's been a pleasure having you on this morning. All the best with the goats, mate, and we appreciate your time.
Okay, good on you. Thanks.
See you, Colin.
What a man.
What a lovely guy. Calvin Harris, Ellie Goulding. What's Calvin doing these days? I feel like Calvin was on top of the world. Yeah, no, I mean, that song's okay, but I mean, like, Calvin was like, it was just like hit after hit after hit after hit.
He's got heaps recently.
Name,
he turned into like funk.
Name one hit in the last 2 years.
Without using your phone.
Without using your phone.
You ask
She's
me
Googling,
that.
it doesn't count.
You know, the one with like Ariana and
No,
stuff.
I get what you mean. It's not like necessarily feel so close.
Yep. And like bounce. That was a great song.
Do you know how that song goes? Because you were pretty out of key there, my friend. You were like, boo, ba boo, ba ba boo, ba. Anyway, that's enough about Calvin Harris. Let's kick in to the Fast Five.
Belle's still Googling.
Ben, Liam and Belle's Fast Five. Thanks to What If? It's Aussie for Travel.
Jenna in Geelong, would you agree that Calvin's dropped off a little bit in the last 10 years?
Oh, yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I want another. I want another bounce.
Oh, yes.
That was peak Calvin. Anyway, look, I can assure you there's no Calvin Harris-related questions in this. You could win $2,300 if you get them all right. 5 questions. You just pass if you don't know them, and we have 30 seconds on the clock. Are you ready to kick into it?
I am.
3, 2, 1.
According to the common saying, what speaks louder than words?
Actions.
Made You Look is a 2022 hit from which US singer?
Megan Trainor.
What Aussie spread puts a rose in every cheek?
Vegemite.
What sport uses a device called Snickermeter to assist umpires?
Ooh, cricket.
Name a country whose name ends with Stan.
Pakistan.
Jenna, you did it! You're the first winner ever of the Fast Five! Yeah!
Thank you so much.
Well done! It's jackpotted $100 every morning. We've just been waiting to give this money away. $2,300 in your back pocket, Jenna.
Are you for real?
You didn't miss a beat. You were just like bang, bang, bang,
That's
bang.
elite.
Oh my goodness. Thank you so much.
You're so calm about it too. You're
I
just
know.
like, yeah.
Wow, what a
Afghanistan.
machine. Jenna, we said if someone were to win this, because it's a time pressure thing, that you'd have to Slumdog Million it. Are you like a Megan Trainor fan who had some Vegemite for breakfast, who likes cricket and lived in Pakistan?
Mm.
Yeah, one of my little boys is obsessed with the Megan Trainor song at the moment, so we play it all the time.
Whoa.
Wow.
And yes, they're definitely both Vegemite kids, so yes, that definitely helps.
Well,
Jenna.
this is all thanks to Vegemite. No, I'm just joking. No, it's actually thanks to What If. Our good friends at What If, they are the show sponsor. It's Aussie for Travel.
Yeah.
Well done, Jenna.
Yeah, Jenna, can you just...
Ben, Liam and Belle.
That's okay.
Thank you.
Can you say thanks, Ben, Liam and Belle, and What If,
Yes.
my preferred travel partner?
And What If, yes, my
Yep.
preferred travel partner.
That's going to sound
Thank you
so
so
good in the promo.
So
Thank you.
tomorrow we're back to 100.
We're back to
then.
$100.
Not as exciting, is it?
For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au.